Hello all, welcome to another session in this course. As part of this session, I am going to cover the next topic, that is anonymous functions in JavaScript. So let's get started. What exactly are these anonymous functions? The topic here is anonymous anonymous functions. There is another name for this anonymous functions, that is function expressions. Okay, this is another name for anonymous functions is function expressions. And you can also call them as nameless functions. Nameless functions. Anonymous functions means nameless functions, functions that doesn't have any name. Okay, you are going to create some functions without any name. Those are called as nameless functions. Anonymous functions are nothing but nameless functions, and they are also called as function expressions. So traditionally, when you create a function, you generally create like this function, okay, function and name of the function. Like this, you will create a name of the function and the body of the function, and here you will write the code, okay, the code to be written inside the function you will write. But when you create this anonymous functions, or when you create this function expressions, you'll be creating something like this, okay. You'll say function, circular bracket, starting of the function and ending of the function. Does this particular function has any particular name given? Here function name is there, but here this particular function doesn't have any name. The function keyword is there, but there is no particular name in this function. What we can actually do here is we can store this function into a variable. Okay, so we can write like this const or let or const, you can write whatever you want. Okay, one of the keywords you can write, and just give something like this abc fun is equal to, like this you give. Okay, here this is a variable name. Okay, here function name you are giving in the form of a variable name. Okay, you are referring to this particular nameless function with the help of this variable name. So when you have to call this function, traditional function which is having the name, okay, which is having the name, you'll be calling like this abc fun, like that you'll be calling this function calling statement. What about here, how you call this nameless function or anonymous function or function expression function type of function? How do you call this? Using the variable name you have to call. Okay, using this name, variable name given to this nameless function you have to call. So abc fun, like this. Okay, same way we have to call, right? Here also you're calling whether the function is given with the name, or here nameless function assigned to some variable, that variable name and function calling statement you have to write. So this is what is called as a, anonymous function or function expressions or nameless function, whatever it may be. Let me give some examples and give some practical demonstration on this topic, guys. Let me open the Visual Studio Code, and here let me write the code, that is anonymous.js, like this I'll write. And here I want to create a function abc fun, like this you can write, and then console.log. Okay, hi. If I want to call this function, I can call like this abc fun. I need to call. If I run this code, what will happen? Here abc, this is a traditional function. This is not an anonymous function. This is a traditional function. When you create a traditional function like this, you can call this traditional function using the function name. And when you call this node mus.js, if I run this, you see this function has been called, and the code inside the function got executed, and hi got printed here. Now what if I write down here? Something like this function, let's say fun a, and here if I write a comma b, okay, console.log a plus b, if I write, then how to? This is a traditional function, right? How to call this traditional function? Fun a 5 comma 4 I'll call. Okay, what will be printed when I call this function? 5 is the argument which will go into the traditional function a, parameter a, and 4 into b, and a plus b, 5 plus 4 is 9 will be printed here. Okay, let's see. You see 9 got printed. Now I want to convert this traditional functions into the anonymous function or function expression type of function or nameless functions. For that, I'll remove the names. ABC fun I am removing here. And what I will do here is I'll write const. Okay, const name of the function as a variable name. Okay, here I'm not giving the name for the function, rather I am assigning this function, nameless function, to the variable. And how to call this function? Same way. ABC fun we have to call. ABC fun you have to call. Using the variable name, you have to call the function. And now what about this one? If I have to make it a nameless function or anonymous function or function expression, here we have to write const, okay. Let's say fun a is equal to, like this I'll write, okay. So this is also a nameless function or anonymous function or function expression type of function which has a variable name but doesn't have the function name. A variable referring to the function which doesn't have any name. In that case, use the variable name here, fun a, and then parse the 5 4. 5 will go into here, 5 plus 4, 9 should be printed here, okay. Let me clear this and run this code again and see. Both got printed. You see? Understood, guys, the difference between traditional functions and these anonymous functions in JavaScript. So, hope guys you understood this particular topic, anonymous functions in JavaScript. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.